accepted. You ended up doing it. I promise. One day my Gundam will definitely fight again. Murdered warriors.
After staging a coup d'etat to overthrow the Alliance, Oz continues to create one disaster after another in its quest to demolish the Alliance. Since the Alliance has a presence in every nation, the total number of casualties is expected to rise.
Relina.
Hey, you've woken up. Wait a minute and I'll go get Troa.
Troa?
You should take it easy. Troa, your friend has woken up. You must be hungry. I'll go make some soup.
Where am I? Along the route of a traveling circus. It's where I hide myself. Why'd you save me? I was supposed to die with honor. You died a long time ago.
The forces retaliating against Oz have ignored our advice with regards to disarmament and are causing unnecessary carnage in various places around the world.
1 month has passed and Oz has done nothing to the colonies. They're just controlling nations under their military power.
Independence among our countries.
A month is already gone by.
However, we are determined to take a strong stance
In Oz's
against
eyes, you're
military
already
nations
dead.
seeking
You're no longer restrained to the colonies. In my case, it's not that simple. They found you, Troy? No, but there hasn't been one mission since that day. I see. I'm not so sure what to do. What would happen if Oz used the colonies as a shield again? Or should I be following your example? In that case, I've got one warning. It hurts like hell.
Hey, I think that's probably the first time I've heard Troa laugh out loud.
I've got a big favor to ask you, Troa. Could you tell me what was going on while I was lying here unconscious? Sure thing. Strong flap that bird has.
Sally, here, explosion successful. We're retreating.
What the hell's the noise?
Colonel Bunt, it's the guerrillas.
Go after them and smash them all to pieces this time!
Yes, sir.
In former China, within an autonomous district in a mountainous area, a political leader who was proposing peace was assassinated. He had advocated demilitarization and shared his objectives with the present military. However, he became the target of a coup d'etat by the Alliance's occupational army. Colonel Bunt, the ringleader, had disagreed with this push for peace and explained that the military must be strengthened in order for the nation to achieve independence.
What's wrong, Sally?
Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, Sally. It's your first time home in a long time, and we put you in such danger.
Don't apologize. It was my decision.
Hey, you guys, are you all right?
Yeah, it was a huge success!
What happened? It's Leo, the land mobile suits!
Colonel Booth has ordered that not one person should escape. You fools.
I found them! They're climbing the slope! That weapon is useless against Zeus!
But even if I can destroy its main camera,
I won't even tell you to drop your weapons. I'll just have you die. I told you it's useless.
What? Is that their backup?
It's a Gundam!
what?
It's a Gundam.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
I do not intend to fight. Hurry up and retreat.
Hey, we can beat this thing!
Don't underestimate Nataku!
Damn you!
It's a Gundam. What's a Gundam doing around here?
Weaklings like you shouldn't be fighting.
What do you mean by that?
Why fight an enemy you don't stand a chance against?
Because it's a fight we must take on.
So somebody ordered you to fight them?
No, we're doing it because that's what we decided on.
I don't understand this.
You look like you're pretty exhausted from the day. Why don't you come with us and rest a bit?
Sally.
What's wrong with that? At least we know he's not the enemy. Well,
Are you absolutely certain it was a Gundam?
I have no doubt about it. I'll bring up the image for you.
That's definitely a Gundam, all right. Even Oz is having trouble controlling those Gundams.
I'll return to the base.
did you get a good sleep last night?
Yeah,
You didn't really need to help out with getting the food, you know, Wu Fei.
I'm returning your favor.
We're the ones that owe you a favor.
It wasn't me that saved you. It was Nataku.
Nataku, is that the name you call your Gundam? Fine. Here's the last.
You better watch what you say. I'm begging you to please stop. Shut your trap. I was just asking you to pay for what you ate. Why do you think you were able to open the shop in the first place, huh?
You're trying to collect money from the soldiers who protect the country?
What exactly are you claiming to protect? All you guys ever do is stick to boot and trample over the nation's peace efforts.
What did you say?
Cow.
This is what happens when people oppose us.
You asked for it.
Stop it. You're defeated.
What's gotten into you people? Calm down. Oh no. We'll get you next time.
Thank you, Wu Fei. You saved us again.
You are too weak to fight.
Huh?
I don't have any right to fight.
Wu Fei,
I am such a coward.
I can't understand how you could ever call yourself a coward.
I can because I lost to a man that's stronger than me. I'm nothing but a coward who can only fight those weaker than myself.
Is that why you're giving up? Weren't you fighting for the colonies? To win back peace?
I have no right to fight with Nataku.
But you saved my life yesterday.
That's because you people are weak.
You're right. We are weak, but we won't give up. People join our fight because we're weak. The same way you did.
I have no right to fight with Nataku.
Ooh, Faye.
From this data, we've determined that this area here is likely where the guerrillas' headquarters are.
I see. We finally know where they're hiding. But now they have the Gundam.
The Gundams are incredibly powerful in battle. If we fought it head-on, it'd cause considerable damage to our forces.
Given the situation, why don't we ask for Oz's assistance and stage a joint attack?
I completely disagree. That would give Oz an excuse to establish themselves in our nation.
What about our self-government?
We've got to fight on our own to prove to the citizens that we're still in control.
Colonel, do you still favor this idea?
Major Nanaki, I wouldn't want to do anything that'd risk losing even one of you elite soldiers.
I appreciate that, sir, but we already swore our lives to this nation when we declared independence.
That's right, Colonel.
We must protect our nation by ourselves. That's what makes us independent.
Right. I understand your determination. We'll wipe out the guerrillas using our own forces for our fatherland!
Yes, sir! Hi, Sally. How did things work out? Hey, I thought that kid went with you.
We had a little fight.
I see. Well, he's probably not gonna leave that thing behind.
You're right.
I was thinking how great it'd be if that kid would fight with us.
Nobody should be trying to force him into fighting right now.
Why's that?
He's very confused now. So much was expected of him during the war, and he was unable to deliver. So now he thinks he's a loser.
Well, if you say so. You're the military doctor, right?
Former.
What's that?
It's the government military! The government military is attacking! Counterattack!
Word from our lead helicopters. Mobile suit combat missile launchers confirmed.
We will fire the rocket guns and then send in our mobile suit troops.
Roger. Okay, fire!
Ignore the backup firing and focus on the mobile suits that move in to gain control!
Helicopter unit, where's the Gundam? Locate the Gundam at once!
Hey, look at that! Major Nanaki, we found it! We found the Gundam!
Major, the Gundam's not fighting back. I'll transmit the image.
There's a camouflage net. The pilot's not in there. Colonel Punt, the Gundam isn't fighting back for some reason. We can win this battle.
I see. The main force will join you shortly. It appears that things are now in our favor. Favorable for me and for you people.
There it is. Mobile suit troops. Proceed to the Gundam to suppress it. All backup firing units. Aim at the Gundam and stand by to fire.
Take shelter!
What's the matter?
This is the backup fire unit. We're under attack!
Those are Oz's Ares. Colonel Boont, Oz is staging an attack on our forces.
Our forces? But Major Nanaki, Oz is part of our forces. They sent support troops to assist us in protecting our nation from the Gundam menace. But a number of soldiers were disgruntled over Oz's support and betrayed us to join the guerrillas.
Colonel, what are you trying to say?
That's exactly what happened. I'm sure that once Oz takes over, our nation will regain peace. I believe the citizens will feel the same way.
That's absurd. There's no way the citizens would want Oz to rule.
Oz says they'll recognize our nation's will to self-govern. And of course, they'll keep me on as the head of state. Thanks, Nanaki.
Colonel Boont, can't you think of anything other than your own rank? Huh?
Damn! That traitor! Boot sold off this nation to Oz!
It happened again. A repeat of senseless wars by senseless people.
more shot'll do it!
Hey! Hey, hang in there.
It's you. I guess I got hit because I'm weak. But you can get them. Destroy Oz. I'm begging you.
Wu Fei! Oh no! Wu Fei, get out of here while you can. It's hopeless now. We can still hold off the enemy for a little longer, so hurry up.
What are you saying, Sally? Hey, kid! Why won't you fight and help us?
I have no power.
Don't give me that load of crap! If I had even half the strength you have, kiddo, I'd...
Take cover!
You're not hurt, are you, kid? Help me and wait for me. Put an end to my misery.
Wars use people's lives as mere playthings. That's why it's important to have a strong sense of our faith.
Sally, what are you doing?
Wu Fei, you have everything it takes to help save the weak. I hope you never lose sight of that kind heart of yours.
Come back, Sally! Have you lost your mind?
I've realized that right now, healing your heart is more important than my life is. I'm sure of that.
Run, Sally!
Wu Fei!
Nataku, I've got no right to pilot you. But for now, I'm asking you. Lend me your strength.
More or less finished here. We just need to secure that Gundam.
Colonel, the Gundam started moving.
What? It moved! It destroyed 5 areas like they were nothing!
Colonel, sir, that only leaves us with a couple more areas.
Get them to cover our retreat.
You won't get away.
Wu Fei. Boont is out of the picture, but I'm sure Oz will come back to try to take over this nation.
Are you going to keep on fighting?
Justice. It's become such a cheap word now. The Alliance and Oz said peace and justice were their objectives. Well, I have my own sense of justice. Everybody has their own sense of justice. Even you do. You have it.
Those who are righteous must also have strength. The weak have no right to take advantage of Nataku's strength.
You are different this time. This time your heart was really in it. What's the point of having strength if you don't have the heart? Wu Fei, when you're able to fight with Nataku, I hope you'll come and help me again.
Even though you're so weak, you're still gonna fight?
The most important thing is that my heart is in it.
Hey, everyone, gather around. Our next performance is confirmed. Hold on to your hats. We've got a request from an Oz base.
From Oz?
And to celebrate, I would like to try something new. Something special and exciting that the Oz soldiers just might enjoy.
Could you leave this new performance up to me?
Have you got some ideas?
Yeah, and I think it'll be a big hit with the soldiers.
Wow. Tro is usually so quiet, so it must be a good idea.
Right. I'm going to let you handle this, Troa.
I'll leave some food and keys to the car. Stay here and concentrate on getting better.
What are you planning to do?
In my colony, a consensus wasn't reached to fight using the Gundams. The Gundam attack was started by a small percentage of the population who felt strongly about it. I was one of those people.
There's nothing wrong with acting on your emotions. At least that's what I was doing.
I must not give those a reason to invade the colonies. It wouldn't be rational. So I will do as you have done. Simply follow my emotions.
Is this the apparatus you'll be using in the performance?
I promise it will be a real blast like nothing you have seen.
That's the spirit, young man. Make it the performance of your life.
Be my last grandstand show.
Within Oz, where cruelty is the fundamental element of the soldiers, is there no one who can calmly interpret the war? Their excessive military power results in one massacre after another. Meanwhile, Oz begins directing its advancement towards outer space in an effort to save the colonies Troa heads for his final battle. But Catherine stands between the young man and his death wish. Next on Gundam Wing Episode 13, Catherine's Tears.
The attacks by the 5 Gundams sent out by the space colonies reflected their retaliatory intentions. The Gundam's target is Oz, who had masked its identity as one of the mobile suit troops of the Alliance military. The Gundams had a number of missions to attack Oz. The year is after Colony 195. Oz has finally taken center stage. With an army of elite soldiers at his command, Treize Khushrenata carries out his plans to destroy the Alliance military. The battle between the mobile suits sent to Earth and Oz causes the Earth to shudder violently.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a big hit with the soldiers.
Wow. Troa's usually so quiet, so it must be a good idea.
There's nothing wrong with acting on your emotions. At least that's what I was taught.
Yeah. It'll be my last grandstand show.
Catherine's Tears.
Zex?
There's some turbulence in the area where we're planning to make the drop-in. Please be careful.
Everything's ready. Gauges in order and prepared for drop.
Exit in 7 seconds. Starting countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exit!
Colonel Zex, you can be picked up on the radar now.
Go ahead and speed up, Colonel Zex. Colonel Zex, are you all right?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm ready to commence the tests.
Colonel Zex, anti-aircraft missiles are ready.
We've locked them onto the tall geese.
Roger, fire them.
Are you sure about this?
That's what this mobile suit is demanding.
The tall geese is increasing its speed.
All right, fire anti-aircraft missiles.
Sir!
Colonel Zex has succeeded in conquering that tall geese monster. You've completely mastered this thing.
The Super Vernier engine seems to be different from what's outlined on the blueprint.
If we went by the output on the blueprint, its operations would be seriously affected.
Doesn't matter. It's up to the pilot to overcome operating difficulties such as those.
Yes, sir.
This is Red Cancer. I've crossed the defense line, proceeding to attack frontline base.
Blue Angel here. Roger.
Watch your back at all times, huh, Alex?
You won't see me letting my guard down.
Our advanced guard has been destroyed.
How many in the enemy troops?
Model signal confirmed. 1 Oz Cancer and 1 Oz Ares.
Ah, you're kidding. Only 2 of them? Our mobile troops have been wiped out. Enemy mobile suits are unharmed.
I guess the guards that we randomly gathered from elsewhere are no match for these mobile suits. We're disarming our front-line base as we speak. We're preparing to surrender, so everyone take the appropriate actions.
Surrendering? I think you're misunderstanding something.
Huh?
This is called an execution!
What do you think you're doing? Don't fire on us!
You poor relics from the ancient past. Let this new age baptize you all.
Stop! This isn't even a war you guys are starting! It's a massacre!
We already said, this is an execution.
A little too much laughing, Mueller.
Lake Victoria. Now this brings back memories. I wonder how Instructor Noyne's doing.
We'll never be anything but children in her eyes. The least we could do is show her how much our skills have improved.
Lieutenant Alex! We've got the Victoria base on the line.
Good. This is Alex of the number 33 Independent Troops of Northeast Africa Somalia Front. What? Isn't Lieutenant Noyne there?
Lieutenant Colonel Noyne is currently on a mission in Moscow.
Moscow, huh? Now would she be there with Colonel Un?
No, the lieutenant's trip is unrelated.
In any case, we're planning to attack the former Alliance's Mogadishu fortress. We need to drop by to pick up some supplies. We're coming into land.
What do you mean you have no soldiers with combat experience? Since when has this base been a maintenance facility for old mobile suits?
It was approved by Lieutenant Noin.
Are you sure? Didn't Colonel Zex twist her arm or something? I heard Instructor Noin's trip to Moscow had something to do with Colonel Zex, too.
That is partly true, but Lieutenant Noin planned this trip on her own.
Think she'd do anything for a killer of his own men?
Everyone here would do anything they could for Colonel Zex.
You fool! We only follow the orders of Tres Kushranada. Lieutenant Noin taught us to make only His Excellency's ideals a reality, jerk.
That's enough, Mueller. We can't make them change their minds.
But, Alex...
We can still request more of their soldiers, pal.
I just explained we don't have any experienced soldiers stationed here.
You do have one. An elite soldier by the name of Colonel Zex Marquise.
We can determine the combat skills of the pilot by matching this data to the basic capacities of the 01 as we can judge from its remains.
What do the remains tell you?
It's completely destroyed. 01's self-detonation device couldn't have worked any better.
Could the gunner pilot have survived?
Doubt it. This can't be.
What is it?
It says this pilot wasn't human. I must have input something incorrectly.
What do the results say exactly?
Response speed was unusual. Same with physical strength and endurance to gravitational force. I heard the pilot was still a boy. These figures are unthinkable.
Not surprising. I'm sure he must have gone through special training courses in outer space. But these results have completely undermined any psychological advantages I had. I thought our differences lay only in the capabilities of our mobile suits. That pilot might even be able to bring out the full capacity of this tall piece.
An impressive piece of work. I had no idea you had a taste for antiques, Colonel.
You're not really expecting to use this in combat, are you?
In fact, I've already used this suit.
I heard a nasty rumor that 01 self-detonated in Siberia.
It was also used to attack the Sank Kingdom in Northern Europe, wasn't it?
I bet that guy who lost his life piloting this thing would have preferred something a little less antiquated. Don't you think, Colonel Zex?
What are you getting at?
We're planning to attack the Mogadishu fortress of the former Alliance tomorrow. But our mobile suit troops alone couldn't possibly conquer it. We wanted to get some help from some soldiers at this base.
Fine.
Huh?
I'll go on this tall geese as your subordinate.
As our subordinate, Colonel?
What's your problem? You're in charge of the frontline battles of Somalia. Are you not?
Then here are your first orders, Colonel Zex. Prepare to leave at 0400 hours tomorrow on the tall geese. This is Red Cancer, taking off.
Don't let them see us. It'll give them an excuse to fire the Naventa cannon, the pride of the Alliance.
Yes, sir.
All Ares troops, prepare yourselves for takeoff.
Lieutenant Mueller!
What is it?
Don't you think you'll need to use some debris against the radar?
No.
But the enemy will detect us.
Don't worry. They'll detect Zex's mobile suit long before they find us. Are you using Colonel Zex as a decoy?
This plan will get the enemy to point their Naventa cannon inland.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Now let's get a good look at the Lightning Kid's true abilities, huh?
We're at our drop-off point.
Roger, drop the tall geese.
Colonel Zex,
What is it?
I have a message from Red Cancer. He says good luck on your mission.
I won't need any luck.
Releasing the Tolkies!
Enemy machine detected in the sky. It's headed straight this way from the inland.
Oz has come all the way out to these remote regions. Use the Noventa cannon and don't let them get any closer!
Target detected. Height and angle confirmed.
On standby to fire.
Fire the Noventa cannon!
High pressure explosive strike confirmed. Enemy's been hit.
What?
A body of energy is headed this way.
It's headed straight for the Leo troops. The enemy hasn't been shot down.
Let's try out the modified Super Vernier engine.
Why aren't you firing the Noventa cannon?
The enemy's mobile suit is so fast we can't lock onto it. More enemies! They're attacking from the sea!
I never realized this fortress was so fragile.
Enemy mobile suit is calling! I'll connect them!
I'm from the number 33 Independent Troops and my name is Colonel Zex. You have lost your defensive advantage and any further battle would be completely meaningless. We demand that you disarm your weapons at once. I'm sure that's what His Excellency, the peace-oriented late Noventa, would want.
All of our mobile suits have been defeated and the number 5 block has been annihilated!
All right, we surrender.
What are you doing? Stop your assault. They've already acknowledged their surrender.
Why, Colonel Zex, you're overstepping your bounds of authority. You can leave everything to Mueller and I from here on in, Zex, including the execution of these ex-Alliance members.
Execution?
These fools were stupid enough to continually oppose the changing era. It's up to us to correct this stagnation. So it's an official discipline.
Here comes your discipline.
Damn you, Oz! No one stands a chance against your cruel and immoral methods of assault!
I've hit the command tower. I'm going in for a second attack.
Stop this! How dare you call yourselves Oz soldiers? You should be ashamed of yourselves. The extent of your conceit is appalling and even vulgar.
Lieutenant Mueller, Colonel Zex is telling me to stop the attack.
Oz villains, go to hell!
Zax! How dare you kill a fellow comrade? It's your fault. He died because of you. Die!
Damn you, Zex! Looks like you underestimated my suit. I guarantee my next shot will finish you off for certain, Colonel.
Say your prayers.
I can't see him anymore. Where did he go?
Your skills are quite impressive, but for annoying students, you're certainly lacking in intelligence.
You scum! How dare you talk to me about Instructor Noy?
Has this era made him insane?
You act way too calm for your own good.
These men have no right to be given any power.
Fools!
The Vernier engine is working beautifully.
Thanks, I'm glad to hear it. Huh? What's this about?
It's a report regarding Alex and Mueller. I'd like you to send it to Lieutenant Noyne for me.
Why's that, Colonel?
Tell her to reflect on what a mistake it is to teach nothing more than mere techniques.
But Colonel Zek, sir.
Wars are heartless. Wars truly are heartless indeed. But I'm recreating a mobile suit from the remains of an enemy suit, so as a soldier that makes me no better than them.
That carrier's transporting enough fuel for 20 shuttles, meaning Oz has started to position their space army in preparation for conquest.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present our next performance, shown here for the first time ever. Introducing the rising star of our circus, Troa Barton. A mobile suit.
Troa?
That's a good-looking suit if I ever saw one. You got that right. He's starting to scare me.
What's Troa doing? What on earth has he got planned?
Oh, this is gonna be the best. A performance like this would bring the house down, no matter where we took it to.
Now for my self-detonation show.
Huh?
Let's go!
Troa?
Next, I'll destroy the storage tank. This will be my last battle. Don't need to worry about running out of bullets.
Troa, what's going on? What's gotten into you? You're planning to die.
This is the end.
Troa! What are you doing? Troa!
Catherine, stay away from here. I am going to self-detonate along with him.
What do you mean, Troa? Come down here and let's talk things out. Come on, hurry!
Catherine! Stay away, Catherine. I've got to go through with this.
Troa? Troa! Don't you think your life is a little too valuable, Troa? Self-detonate? What are you thinking? What would your mother and father think of such a hasty and selfish decision? Did you even give a thought to the people you'd leave behind? You're the most pathetic person I ever met. You didn't think about us, the people you'd leave behind. We'd have to keep on living in sorrow. You're the one that brainwashed my Troa with your strange ideas. I won't let you off so easy next time.
That girl's tears stopped me. If you were in my shoes, you still would have done it, right? Now you should know why I admire your strength.
I said this before. The only way to live a good life is to act on your emotions.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to see that boy leave. He really was pretty good. With a little training, he could have been the best in the business.
What are you talking about? You gotta let go of your children if you want them to grow up. We helped raise Troa in this circus, so I'm sure he'll come back one day. He'll come back for sure.
Hiro tries to make up for his mistake of killing the honorable leader Noventa, pacifist of the former alliance. Within the war zones created by Oz, Hiro confronts Sylvia, the granddaughter of Noventa. How can he compensate for his wrongdoing? Just about then, Zex is handed an order from the Romefeller Foundation. Next, on Gundam Wing Episode 14, The Order to Destroy Zero-One.
The attacks by the 5 Gundams sent out by the space colonies reflected their retaliatory intentions. The Gundam's target is Oz, who had masked its identity within the mobile suit troops of the Alliance military. The Gundams had a number of missions to attack Oz. The year is after Colony 195. Oz has finally taken center stage. With an army of elite soldiers at his command, cUstOm carries out his plans to destroy the Alliance military. The battle between the mobile suits sent to Earth and Oz causes the Earth to shudder violently.
Don't you think your life is a little too valuable, Troa? Self-detonate? What are you thinking? What would your mother and father think?
I said this before. The only way to live a good life is to act on your emotions. The order to destroy Zero-One.
Take better care.
Huh?
Of your body, I mean. Here.
That's Sylvia Noventa. She's in Marseille.
Are you sure that's where you want to begin?
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna make it. What's the matter? The display of Leos, huh? They've been the main force of the Alliance and Oz.
Why was the Romefeller Foundation so set on using mobile suits anyway?
Because people have a tendency to fear large machinery, but at the same time they have a strong admiration for it. And mobile suits walk on 2 feet. The Foundation must have preferred something resembling a human battle rather than one played out with buttons and switches.
There's no formality when it comes to killing men. If there were, it would be in the form of a game in which people's lives were toyed with. In war, a frenzied death is the most honest way.
Only a few know that the chaos caused by Oz is all according to the plans of the Romefeller Foundation. An assembly of the Romefeller Foundation, along with many invited guests, was being held on the outskirts of Bremen. The Romefeller Foundation was formed from European royalty. With their enormous financial power and personal connections, the aristocrats poured their energy into the development of weaponry. they soon provided mobile suits to the United Earth-Sphere Alliance while continuing to increase their own force until they staged and succeeded in the latest coup d'etat.
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
You'll have to forgive me.
I guess I can't really blame you, considering what I did last time I was out in a crowd.
On the other side of that door are people responsible for the deaths of Mr. Dorlin and the Sank Kingdom. But today, Relina, you mustn't do anything.
I understand. I'll act in the manner that will be entirely appropriate for a sovereign of the peace-oriented Sank Kingdom.
In the past, the United Earth-Sphere Alliance has requested considerable funds and assistance for world peace, and we had no reservations cooperating with them to achieve world peace. However, the Alliance started seeking peace through dialogue alone. Earth has too many disputes that cannot be settled through dialogue. Isn't a system of control what humanity truly needs? And that is precisely how control will be executed now. This is the way that peace can be maintained. The Alliance lacks the necessary talent. Many responsibilities are required to rule, but they attempted to run away from those responsibilities. The people here have their traditions with which to rule an era. The world was corrupted by such imperfect ideas as equality and freedom. And now the time has arrived where we must once again take control.
I can't believe that Oz is using these methods to take over the world.
The Rockefeller Foundation kept ideas such as these behind closed doors while hiding its presence and true agendas within the Alliance. Oz took advantage of the situation, saying if the Alliance is unable to achieve world peace, then we will.
So the war will continue, will it?
Oz has to keep winning if they're going to make a case for their policy to rule. The rewards of victory and Oz's success go hand in hand. The collapse of the past system was a revolution against the kind of bad rule that created poverty. So, in order to continue its rule, Oz must continue to win its battles. And that's why Oz must have the strongest mobile suit troops in order to exist.
But the Gundams can defeat Oz.
Oz sees the Gundams as nothing more than a simple menace. By threatening to directly attack the colonies, Oz was successful in completely silencing the Gundams. The Rockefeller Foundation is trying to destroy the Gundams as soon as they're able.
They'll sacrifice lives in order to gain rule. But Hero was willing to sacrifice his own life to save others. They'd never understand.
I would like now to introduce you to the conqueror of the Alliance. This fine gentleman is nothing less than a brave knight, fighting for us in his quest to attain world peace. A member of our Rockefeller Foundation and the chief commander of Oz, Trace Kushranada.
One might think that Oz's military power rooted in its mobile suit forces may result in excess rule. The word rule is commonly associated with oppression and arrogant actions. I look at it as a way of governing to keep people's unnecessary ambitions under control. God let people run free. People need to be ruled, and that can only be done if there's a system of rule and control that surpasses that of God's, since God lets them do what they want. I'm sure God would understand the steps we're taking.
He's absolutely right. Yes, God would understand.
Let's leave. There isn't any point in our staying here. These people see wars through rose-colored glasses, and nothing we say will change that. Relina! Relina!
All of you are very mistaken, and the Gundams will soon come to rectify your mistakes as ambassadors to those stifled by this whitewash.
Relina, that's enough.
No, I'm not finished yet.
Please, I'm begging you, Relina. Talking to them will achieve nothing.
Thank you, Lieutenant Lucrezia Noin.
My apologies, Your Excellency.
You'll have to forgive me. She's the younger sister of a friend that I'm fighting.
What on earth is he trying to get at?
She must have sensed our underlying anxiety toward the Gundams. She's saying, be confident.
Speaking of the Gundams, I wanted to talk to you about Zex Marquis. I think you're giving him too much freedom.
Meaning what?
I heard a rumor that he's reconstructing the self-detonated Gundam in Victoria.
It's insane to be fixing a mobile suit that we always thought of as such a menace.
That Gundam should be completely destroyed to serve as a warning to all the colonies.
I understand what you're saying, and if that's what the Foundation agrees on, I'll contact Colonel Zex and tell him to destroy the Gundam at once.
I'm surprised that rumors about the Gundam were so widespread.
It just shows the significance of the damage they've rendered to Oz. His Excellency didn't seem in favor of the decision, though.
Can't help it with their orders from above.
Tell me this, will you follow their orders to destroy the Gundam?
How's Relina doing?
She's a ball of energy. It's not easy to escort her.
How much does she know?
It seems that Mr. Dorland, her foster father, told her quite a lot before he passed away. I've told her that you're a respectable and trustworthy soldier who was brought up in the Sank Kingdom. I also mentioned to her that you were the only one present when Gundam 01 self-detonated, and that you're reconstructing that Gundam, which has led Relina to believe that the pilot of the Gundam, Hiro Yui, must have somehow made it out of there alive.
Hiro Yui. So that's the name of the pilot.
Relina appears to have a connection with him, much like yourself.
I understand. Thanks for keeping me informed, Noin.
You're not gonna tell her about yourself, are you, Zex? Over and out.
How could I do that? After all, I'm Zex Marquis, part of the organization responsible for this bloodbath.
I could set fire to this whole castle and burn it down right this minute. God would never forgive me if I did such a thing.
Perhaps I'll be punished as a criminal for my profanity toward God. In which case, an appropriate punishment must be planned. God's merely an imaginary figure created by humans.
Marshal Noventa of the Earthsphere Alliance announced his objection to the expansion of armaments, which were supposed to have acted only as a deterrent to rebellions. He passed a request for arms reduction and all-out disarmament. The request was never realized because of his untimely death. However, Oz chose that day as the dawn of a new era and lured the Gundams into shooting down the shuttle that carried Noventa.
Let it obstruct our peace proposal.
Marshal!
Now, young man, don't be foolish.
As a result of this tragedy, the road to peace in the world may have been lost forever.
Sylvia, you must escape from the city at once.
I appreciate your concern about me, Captain.
Many soldiers from the United Earthsphere Alliance are still stationed here in Marseille. Oz is likely to follow through with their plans to attack those of us still here. Up until now, I thought that the city could be protected because the Alliance had a base here. But now the base poses the greatest threat towards the city. It'll be a battleground.
Yes, I know. It's just that it's taken me longer than I thought to leave behind my memories of life here with my grandfather.
Marshal Noventa was a very fine person. He was always thinking about how he could help to achieve true world peace.
My grandfather's no longer here with us, but his heart will always remain. I'll live my life remembering that he's here in our hearts.
Oh, Sylvia.
I'm sorry.
Captain, we're under enemy attack.
Is it Oz?
Yes, we've confirmed 10 Ares suits.
So they think they can capture this place with 10 mobile suits alone, do they?
What'll we do now?
Don't worry, Sylvia. We won't give up that easily. Now get yourself to a safe place. Keep the Ares from residential areas and commence attack!
Leos, return Ares fire!
destroy every last one of those Leos! After them! Now what have I done?
The Alliance's Leos are retreating to the underground channels. That's probably where the main forces are. Ares, assemble at once!
The underground channels, huh? That's a pretty obvious decision.
Don't worry about me. I'd get in your way with this arm.
We have to make sure that Oz doesn't discover we have a Gundam in town.
There's just a few of us left!
Is this the end for us?
Head for point 211 of the channels on the double! Yes, sir!
Who are you?
Ares suits have entered the channels, sir! There's no choice but to surrender!
Commander! What's this? It's a Gundam.
What's it doing here? The Ares are only a block away now!
We'll stop retreating and shoot as they come.
Commander?
I don't know how much time we can buy, but we have to hold them off until this pilot returns.
Are we protecting the Gundam?
Yeah, we are, because it'll be our backup. Continue fire! Don't ease up! He's here. The rest is up to you now, Gundam.
All Leos in the channels have been destroyed. We're heading out. It's a Gundam! What's it doing here?
I'll get rid of you guys before the others catch up. I have no intention of getting involved in a battle between the Alliance and Oz. However, I just can't afford to have anyone see my Gundam suit.
5 Ares suits have been wiped out! Is this a miracle? Who could this unidentified mobile suit be? Whoever it is, I'm extremely grateful to them.
Hiro. You said your name was Hiro, really? This is my grandfather's grave right here. You said you wanted to talk to me?
I was the one who killed Marshal Noventa. I made a critical mistake and accidentally shot down the shuttle that Marshal Noventa was on, killing him and other people who had also been advocating this.
How could you? What happened?
This is the only thing I can do for you right now, Sylvia Noventa. I can't undo my mistake. I can only hope that the anger felt by the Marshal's loved ones and the regrets of the Marshal's soul can be somewhat eased if you pull that trigger.
You're such a coward! It's obvious that you just want to take the easy way out of this.
This is the only answer I can offer you right now.
You coward. You coward.
Try to understand I didn't come here to make you suffer any more than you have. I'm leaving now to go pay a visit to your grandmother. I heard she's living over in Sicily.
What?
This is where it starts. He goes from one family member to the next, seeking their verdict. Everything this guy does is completely thorough and well thought out. Everything Hero Yui does.
Wars are nothing but repulsive killings. So how is it that you can be so clear-cut about it all?
It's the only way I know how to live.
Do it.
Gundam 01 has been destroyed as per the orders, Inspector Hawk.